Hi, if you are suffering from any digestive issues like constipation, bloating, gas, or if you have mood disorders or depression, anxiety, mood swings, then what you need is probiotics. Your flora is probably unbalanced, and what you want is to repopulate your gut flora with new healthy bacteria. So what I want to talk to you about today is how to choose a good probiotic. Because that's very important. You don't just choose any type of probiotics at the pharmacy. What you want to do is first make sure that you have enough CFU in it. So that's the amount of healthy bacteria in each capsule. So it's usually in the front, and it's going to say, you see this one has 30 billion CFU. What you want is to have at least 10 billion CFU in each capsule. Why? Because less than 10 billion CFU, which is colony forming unit, less than 10 billion is pretty much useless. You won't have any results from that. I see some brands that have only a few million. That's just like what they put in yogurt. That's useless. So what you want is to have at least 10 billion CFU per capsule. You can go up to 100 CFU per day if you have major digestive issues like chronic constipation, for example. You can take, like for example, with this one with 30 billion CFU, you could take 2 capsules per day or 3 capsules per day, and you would have great results. Other than that, 1 capsule per day is enough. So you want to make sure you have at least 10 billion. Then you want to look at how many strains there are. So that means how many strains of bacteria they put in each capsule. Because you can buy a probiotic with only 1 strain, example Acidophilus, which is the one that everybody know. It's very common at the pharmacy to have only Acidophilus in your probiotic, which would be very good for constipation, for example, or for depression. There are actually many studies that are showing the effectiveness of taking Acidophilus to treat depression and anxiety. So they actually say that it might be the next antidepressant. It's actually more helpful. Anyway, so you want to look at how many strains there are. The more strains you have, the better, of course. So example, this one has 10 strains of lactobacillus and bifidobacteria. So it's a mix of all the best strains that the human body needs. After that, you want to look just under the ingredients, which is other ingredients. You want to make sure that, I think that you should have capsules that are vegetarian, so it's going to say plant derived. It's going to be pure cellulose. So instead of having bovine capsules, which is gross, I think, it's best to have vegetarian capsules. Usually it's going to say in the front that they are vegetarian. Then you want to look at what the filler is. So here there is potato starch and chicory root. So you want to make sure that there's not like a big list of fillers. So the fillers are basically prebiotics. So the prebiotics are fiber. So it's a sugar that the probiotics, the healthy bacteria, need to survive and to multiply, not to multiply, but to thrive, to feed. They have to feed on something, because your capsule is not only filled with probiotics, you need to have a bulk of fiber in it. So if you see other ingredients that are not fiber, like magnesium stearate, for example, which is a flow agent, this is something you really don't want to have in your probiotics, because flow agents are not necessary at all. They are used by the manufacturer to prevent the powders to stick to the machine. So they're just flow agent. They're not necessary, and they're actually not good for your health. So you want to make sure that there aren't any of that in your probiotics. So that's it. Oh, and you want to look at the expiry date and the date of manufacture. So how it works is that, so let's say this one says 30 billion CFU. That means that at the expiry date, that's when there will be there won't be 30 billion CFU anymore. At the time of manufacture, there might have been 50, 60 billion CFU, and then over time, the bacteria slowly die. So how fast they die depends on how you store your probiotics. So if you store them in the fridge, then it will take longer for them to die. If you have them on the shelf at 30 degrees, then they will die faster. So when you buy probiotics on the shelf at the pharmacy, they're usually dying faster. So it's best to go in a health food store where they are kept in the fridge. So you want to look into that. Other than that, if you have probiotics at home and you see that the expiry date is due, and then you want to know if they're still working, so what you can do is take a capsule, open it, and put the powder in a liquid like milk or something with sugar, and leave it on the counter overnight. And then in the morning you go and check what's happening. So if you see that there is activity, so you see a little bit of foam, you see that your liquid is not the same anymore, so that means that your bacteria are still alive, so they've been eating the sugar that was in your liquid. So, and if you see that nothing happened, then that means that your probiotics are garbage, and you might as well just flush them instead of taking them. There's no point. Okay, so I hope this answers how to choose a probiotic. If you have questions, please leave them down below. I will answer them quickly. If you want a good probiotics, you can visit my website, detox.com, and I sell good probiotics that you can take daily to have a better digestion. Thank you. Bye.